This is Mirror's Edge. It's one of the most unique games out there. It was released in 2008, developed by DICE and published by EA. Yep, the same DICE that is responsible for the Battlefield franchise, back in the time when EA still took risks and was held in high regard. So, this game takes place in a dystopian society where all information is monitored. You play as a skilled runner called Faith Connors. Runners are messengers and the only way to communicate freely. They use parkour to move around the city and to stay one step ahead of the police. Faith's mother was killed in the November riots, 18 years prior to the events of the game. The November riots were a protest campaign against the current oppressive regime. Faith ran from home shortly after, and a former runner called Merc took her under his wing. After completing a delivery to fellow runner Celeste, Faith learns that Robert Pope has been killed. Pope was a good friend of Faith's family, who helped out on organizing and planning the riots. He was running for mayor and was about to uncover a big secret. The murder was set up to frame Faith's sister, Kate.
You think this was an accident, Kate? There are no accidents in this city. Someone wanted him dead and wanted you to take the fall.
From here, the rest of the game is all about evading the police and clearing your sister's name. I think the backstory of this game is really interesting and has lots of potential. Sadly, the game's story falls flat due to its one-dimensional characters and a very thin plot. It's really just an excuse to get Faith moving. The story feels unfinished and there are a couple of plot holes. I won't go further into the story for the people who have yet to play this game. It's not bad, it's just very forgettable. Something that's not very forgettable is the gameplay. Faith can run, jump, roll, slide, dodge and much more. The key to Mirror's Edge's gameplay is to chain these moves together and get through levels as smoothly as possible. Faith's movement is very precise and responsive, although it has a bit of a learning curve. Once you get the movement down though, you'll be flying through the levels. One thing that's quite unique to Mirror's Edge is that subsequent playthroughs get more fun as you master the movement. Take this section for example. On the left I take the obvious path and I use basic mechanics to get from point A to point B. On the right I take a less obvious path and I use more mechanically intense moves to get to the same place. As you can see, the right video looks a lot smoother, and let me tell you, it plays a lot smoother as well. A common complaint I've seen about this game is that it's too linear. I disagree. Almost every section has at least 2 or more ways to complete it. Alright, let's take a look at the combat. Faith can punch, kick and also disarm enemies. This all works fairly well, but the timing is finicky. It serves its purpose, but it's nothing to write home about. One thing I really do appreciate is that you can play through the game without ever shooting an enemy. Fun for a second or third playthrough. As you may have noticed, I keep on rambling about multiple playthroughs. That's because the game is only about 6 hours for your first playthrough and can be under 2 hours for your subsequent runs. In today's age of games that can take hundreds of hours to complete, I appreciate that Mirror's Edge doesn't waste any time. One of my favorite moments in the game is when you reach the atrium for the first time. It's one of many puzzles in Mirror's Edge. They serve as a bit of a rest between chases. The reason I bring up the atrium is because at this part the sound, graphics and gameplay come together beautifully. It's very immersive and relaxing. The most memorable part of Mirror's Edge is its timeless art style and beautifully futuristic soundscape. DICE wanted to create a game that you can instantly recognize from a screenshot. Well, they succeeded with flying colors. The minimalist look with a heavy focus on accent colors creates a very unique style that still looks great in 2022. The red accents also help in the gameplay department. It helps Faith find potential paths through the levels. They call it runner vision in-game. One aspect of Mirror's Edge that doesn't get enough praise is its sound design. A fellow content creator on YouTube called Chicken has a full 40-minute essay going very deep into the topic, which I highly recommend. DICE made sure that every part of Faith's movement has the appropriate sound attached to it, from lifting her foot up and placing it down, to the rustling of her pants against her legs. It's this attention to detail in combination with the fact that you can see every limb in first person that makes the game so believable. Finally, I want to talk a little bit about the music. It's written by Swedish electronic legend Magnus Birkersson, aka Solarfields. From heart-pounding chase themes like this one to introspective ambient music, it still sounds as fresh as it did in 2008. It always supplements the in-game moment perfectly, and it is never overbearing. great OST if you ask me. I will leave you with the game's amazing main theme by Miskovsky. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!